Welcome to a brand new episode of TVGP's Game Club. This past month, we played Tactical Breach Wizards. I'm your host, Boston. I play this on the personal computer, joined as always by Moonpier.
Hi, I was going to say Xbox, and then I realized it was PC as well.
That's right. And Musum.
Hi, I played this on Steam Deck with my brand new, I should have, it's over on the other side of the room, gamer pillow, which
Yeah.
saves my
Ooh.
wrists. Thank you so much.
Ooh.
I just blanked out on their name.
Is it the circular one with like the mount on it?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hold on, we're going to do a show and tell here real quick.
We're gonna do a show and tell. So
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
it's the circular one with the mount on it.
Yep, it's like a circular, for audio listeners, it's like a circular kind of plush-looking pillowy thing that has a mount arm coming out of the top of it.
Yes, and thank you, Fayror Reigns, for recommending this. This
There you
thing's
go.
wonderful.
Friend of the
Pillow
show,
is so
Fayror.
soft. I kind of wish I bought, like, it has a little attachment to put your phone into, and I kind of wish I bought the thing for that, but their website confused me.
Is it like the old couch caddies where you had like the beanbag bottom on a
Yes.
flat surface, and you just stick that on your lap, and then no matter how you wiggle, it stays flat?
Super cool.
It is exactly like that. It is wonderful. And here's the piece that attaches to the Steam Deck. The
That looks like a
plastic on
bottle opener.
It does. A very large
Yeah,
bottle.
It looks like you are a hobbit holding a real human-sized bottle opener. Just tea, thank you.
That's right.
I will say the plastic does feel kind of cheap, but I think the pillow and the arm feel pretty good. And even if the plastic breaks, then either I can order another one or rig something up. But it takes all the weight of the Steam Deck off of my wrists, so
Nice.
I no longer am continuously damaging them and making it harder for me to play guitar.
Right. All right, let's talk about the game itself here. It was released August 22nd, 2024. Developed and published by Suspicious Developments. They made Gunpoint, Heat Signature, Floating Point. Those are, you probably know Gunpoint and Heat Signature. Those are kind of the two big games there. Was released on PC. We usually try to describe what this game was at the beginning here. It's a tactical kind of RPG where wizards are tier 1 operators. So it is all the military stuff,
Yes.
but they're slinging spells, and their gun is a staff with a crystal on the end of it.
And they're also rebels and not associated with real police or anything like that.
Right.
I should state after the fact.
Right.
Or after the first couple of missions.
Right. True. Time travel here. Metacritic 87, OpenCritic 86. Peers for the release date. Thank goodness you're here. World of Goo 2. Pepper Grinder. Cat Quest 3. SteamWorld Heist 2. Arco. Black Myth Wukong. I can't believe that's only been a year. Concord. Search for that online to see how long that one lasted. And Star Wars Outlaws. Which is the one that I wasn't expecting to get the support, but it has. Ask the question we ask every month: was this game top of the pile, middle of the pack, or overlooked?
For me, go ahead.
I would just say I'll interject first. Top of the pile for me. Like, this game has been on my radar a minute. I think it was on a lot of well, I guess like we were talking in the beginning. I still read didn't say it, but I still read the Giant Bomb Christmas lists.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I already forgot when you said this came out, but I'm pretty sure it came out last year, right?
Year.
Yeah, August of last year. Yeah.
And it hit a lot of those, and it has a name where you're like, what in the world is this? And then
It
you look
wasn't
at
even
it.
mean.
And I realized it's a tactical game, and then I realized people who I normally don't think of as liking tactics games are playing it. So, like,
Yeah.
my interest is beyond peaked at that point. Now,
Right.
whether anyone in the larger zeitgeist has heard about it, I have no idea. But
Yeah. What about you, Moon?
Middle of the road for me. I think it was a couple of people I listened to talking about it, but that was your expected people. I specifically remember I think it might have been the end in the start of Remap. They mentioned it, and they specifically called out, "Hey, maybe it's not the best face to say that it's how cops are wizards. It kind
Right.
of is the truth,
Hmm.
but yeah, it goes some places. I'll say that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning.
Right. I'm probably in middle of the pack as well. I feel like it was kind of middle of the pack, top of the pile, kind of flip flopping sometimes because it got way more press than I would expect a tactics game to. And it seemed like kind of the usual tactics sickos, complimentary, of course, really loved it. But a lot of people, like you said, that didn't like tactics games or maybe are looking for, I liked Into the Breach and I'm looking for something similar. We're kind of picking this up and playing with sort of similar systems. So that's sort of where I landed here. Before we get into the spoiler territory, wanted to mention our next game is called And Roger. You might have seen it written out like a large blank space, And Roger. That is available on PC as the game we're going to play for the next month. Now, we're entering the spoiler territory. What did everyone... I will admit here at the beginning, I did not finish it. Both Musim and I stopped at around the same point, which is like the mission after what's-his-face gets poisoned. And like right there. I've watched a little bit more of it on YouTube to try and kind of get the story. And I think, Moon, you said you were on the final mission?
Yes, the final mission is a simultaneous three mission
Oh, dang, cool.
with different teams of different members of your squad all at the same time.
Dang, okay. So wanted to put that out there that none of us have really finished the game, but we've gotten far enough in our respective ways. Who wants to go first for Tactical Breach Wizards? I said it successfully again, and then failed to say the word successfully.
I can go first. Let's start with how this game looks,
Mm-hmm.
because I never thought I would like this art style until we played two underrated gems of This Is the Police 1 and 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very
Ironically
similar.
enough, also police based.
Yes. True. This one, thankfully, less directly police based.
Yes, but like that art style, like that no facial features, just like outlines and clothes
And no
essentially.
eyes.
I was like, yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, This Is the Police's art
Yeah,
style.
that's why I
Okay,
liked it.
okay,
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
okay, I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love I really just wholeheartedly love this whole experience. So like I think I could probably nitpick a few things, but I'm with you guys on the art style. Honestly, even in a still, I'm like, I don't know about this, but it's worked out in other things. But playing it is like I love the attitude of the game. You know, when you start a mission, both your guys are both your people are standing at a door, and you give them the command to breach the door, and they break it open.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when they're at the door, you're looking at them from a side view, and then once they break the door, it goes to a tactics view, which I think is a really cool transition. And
Yeah.
every new room you go into, the same thing happens, and they always have a ridiculous conversation. Like it is
One of my
like
favorite
they
parts.
lean in hard to these wizards being like merc types,
Mm-hmm.
like and all the absurdity that can possibly entail.
Yeah.
Like you're tradition like the game thought board. You have the different locations and the yarn, and it is kept at one of the characters' mom's house.
Yes.
Um,
That's so good.
Uh-huh.
Well, and
and he appears to be the oldest member of the troop too. But
right.
anyway, sorry.
Yes.
I like that they lean into the absurdity of it, of like, we are magical beings that can do pretty ridiculous things, but so can the PMCs we're fighting against. So we're never really completely overpowering everybody. And of course, we're going against the most powerful wizard that has ever been born in the world. So like, how are we going to possibly do any of this? And I like that, like there's a conversation in the midpoint of chapter 2 where you're talking to the not a necromancer lady that you recruit about halfway through the game, that you're telling her like, hey, we're really trying not to kill people, we're just trying to knock them out. So like, if you could not use your gun to kill people. And she's like, this gun isn't a weapon, it's a medical tool, because if somebody is dead, she can raise them back basically an hour in the past. So you find that out when she kills your main character and then reses him immediately, and he just loses like an hour worth of time. So the absurdity of this woman killing somebody to save them and make them better is perfectly on point for this game.
The really hilarious part is how you can break the game, because like storyline wise that's a hilarious thing, but for her as well, is if you use her resurrect ability on somebody, it gives them a full move set again.
Yes.
Oh.
So you can do your full movement turn with one person, action turn, movement turn, everything, and then stroll up behind them and resurrect them.
Right, which is just
with
a
quotation marks. And then they get the full thing again.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I enjoy her make a window.
Yes.
I forget what they call it.
Death's Door.
Yeah,
yes.
Death's Door. Yep.
Yes. Like, and maybe, well, hopefully people played this at this point, but a large part of the strategy in the game is pushing people, right? You'll use a power and it'll throw them back a couple squares out of windows. So the character Jin is very excited about being able to throw people out of windows. So, like, she's explaining this dimensional door and this and this and that. And then finally, Jin has like a blank kind of response. She's like, it's like a window. It's like, oh yeah, I love those.
The studio description for Suspicious Developments, by the way, is leading purveyors of defenestration tactics. I was like, yep. I believe that every one of their games up until this point has been largely focused on kicking or pushing or otherwise ejecting people out of windows. So
that's
really
kind of cool.
Yeah. Before I go about gameplay, Moon, how did you feel about... I feel like you're probably the one that plays the least kind of tactics games like this. How did you feel kind of gameplay-wise for this one?
Honestly, I put it on the easiest difficulty because I didn't want to sit there and time limit wise being what it was for playtime, I wasn't going to smash my head against it repeatedly over and over and over again. So I put it on the easiest difficulty, and then I basically just embraced everything that it was trying to teach me, because the thing that this game does really well is it introduces basically new mechanics or skills pretty much every level.
Yeah.
Like, every mission has got like anywhere between 1 to 5 stages, and it introduces new mechanics or a new way of using old mechanics.
Right.
That changes how you play. And it does that whole thing as well with the optional confidence quests.
Right.
Where you don't have to do it. You can go back and do the mission with a fully kitted out character if you want to do the confidence stuff. And all it does is gives you access to new outfits, which is cool. Like, you can unlock the new outfits that way. But like later on in the game, when you are Death's Door gets an upgrade where you can open a portal underneath someone and then move them directly in front of a Death's Door.
Oh wow. Dang.
And like I think that might be a one-time mission thing, because it's all based on the anxiety dreams, which might be one of my favorite things in this.
Yes.
I should say the writing in this game is golden.
It's very good.
It's really, really good. It's really well written. It's very humanizing to everybody. And like part of the actual gameplay of it for me was just like, we did Into the Breach for We Roguelike It. So like it's very much that thing where it's like having the forgiveness to be able to just practice my moves, and then if it's not going well, I just hit the rewind button as many times as it takes.
Yep.
and then you use the Foresee ability to see the end of the turn and see how it's going to affect you. Having that ability was just fabulous because we're just like, yeah, I can basically experiment until I find my personal version of the optimum like turn, and then do that turn. Especially when like one of the confidence missions is complete this in one turn. I'm like, okay, do I have the abilities or the thought or the know-how or the brain power to do this in one turn right now?
Yeah, what's interesting is on their Steam page, they have the whole list of like, what's this game and what can you do and what's it all about. At the bottom, they have a list. They have a list of what is it not, and they say, as always, we don't want you to buy the game if it's not for you. It's not a branching story, which, true, except for the ending. It's not a roguelike, also true. Each level is crafted. There's no kind of randomization. It's not XCOM, which is also true. And then it's not Into the Breach. This is more forgiving, but the ceiling on how many different things you can do in a turn is higher.
Yes.
Which I think is interesting. And go ahead.
Full credit where it's due for the accessibility side of things. Musum, I don't know if you would have spotted this. You can literally skip any level you want.
I saw that and I almost did it. So like, I started this game maybe a week and a half ago, and almost the entire week this week I was stuck on the mission where Zahn is poisoned and about to die, and I almost hit that multiple times just to keep it going. But I'm kind of glad I didn't. I don't. I'm mixed on it, but I'm mostly glad I didn't. One, I looked up a Reddit thread where someone else was exasperated by it, and the responses were still a figure it out yourself, but they were look at the mission objectives. You're probably putting too much weight on something that is not an actual mission objective.
Oh, sure.
And which is true. I was trying to keep Zahn alive through the level, and I didn't need to.
Yeah.
And on top of
that hint system is gold too. Like it has we have 5 hints, and it does the old classic of starts vague and gets more specific.
I did not see the hint system. Is it
It's
just in the main menu?
Top left corner if you hit escape.
Okay.
Yeah, that little like pop down menu. It's really interesting because I didn't really like this game from like a gameplay perspective, and I am still pretty surprised by that because this is all the way in my wheelhouse, and I'm having a really hard time figuring out why it didn't click with me. Like, I like the art and the music and the writing and the story. All of that I think is done really well. I think they, especially from a story perspective, I think they straddle a really fine line very well of like, am I just playing like a wizard cop or am I playing like a wizard PMC? Like, all of these kind of maybe aren't that great, but at least it's treated with a little bit of knowledge of that. But I think this game being in that kind of middle ground between Into the Breach and something like XCOM or something like a Japanese SRPG or something like that, that middle ground, I think I found myself really frustrated of. I like the seeming simplicity of Into the Breach. A lot of like, this is a more focused thing that has advanced tactics as you kind of go in, but I think from the beginning it feels very friendly. And then I like the kind of like group building and leveling and skill management and job management and stuff of the kind of more dedicated Japanese SRPGs. And I found myself, I think, kind of frustrated in that middle ground of like, there are a lot of options, but there kind of isn't that many, and I feel like it's one step away from being kind of more free about its stuff. And I do love seeing what you're going to do and trying stuff, but I kind of wish there was a rewind all button of just like start the whole turn back over. Like, I don't want to hammer this thing 8 times when you have 3 party members. So like, I doubt it's the game. I think it's just me and kind of where I am at right now and kind of what my tastes and moods are right now. But I found myself really frustrated each and every mission I was going on. And then as the game got more complex, I still felt okay, but I think my real big frustration of this game from the front half is the heavy enemies that can do damage to you even when you're in cover. To me, that's like breaking a cardinal rule of the genre, is like full cover is full cover. Like full stop. Like end of sentence. So half cover does that, but if you're going to have full cover, and I know what they're doing is you can't just turtle and just, plink away at the enemies for 7 turns and then be done. Like, you have to take advantage of all of the mechanics, and you have to try and do the missions as fast as you can. But I don't think that's how I like to play this game. I like to play, if this game says you can finish this map in 7 turns, I'm probably going to do it in 30. And this game doesn't let you do that. And again, that's okay. I just don't think that's for me overall.
That is perfectly acceptable, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sort of surprising. I was just playing it and sort of being like, this game is for me, and I'm not really having much fun, other than the writing. The writing is genuinely very funny in a way that most games aren't. So it's kind of it's funny to see them do that.
The traffic cop was a standout on the humor for me.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve the traffic cop was really good. And like, he had a really interesting boss fight where he's sending those like ghost cars through like half of the level down the lane. I was like, that's really good. This is a really cool mechanic.
Full credit to the less lethal pyromancer as well, by the way.
Really good writing. And like,
yeah,
I appreciate that a lot of the writing that is funny is the kind of female main character. The male main character is sort of funny, but his situation is more funny than his writing. But the female main character, her options that you get to talk to Zan or Zon or whatever it is, a lot of that got a lot of mileage out of me, of like, okay, one answer is sarcastic, one is sassy, and one is like right to the point, and often all 3 of those are genuinely very funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they could make this is one of the few video game properties where like they could make a TV show out of this. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
love the adjusting of everything as well. Like the body armor with the pentagrams on it. Like the traffic warlock's weapon is literally a traffic light, which is a staff.
Well, like your black cat is always in the background of each of the like conversations that are happening in the game. Like it's all really good. They're terrified of druids. It's really great. Yeah.
As they should be, because let me tell you, Rion does not mess around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna keep playing this. So like for me, when I started, I figure there's a couple of different types of tactics games. There's the more traditional, what I consider traditional at least, Final Fantasy tactics, where you have jobs and turn-based and you're grinding levels. You have your Into the Breach style, where it's really more of a puzzle, right?
Right.
And Into the Breach is more kind of rearranged about it. And to me, this is definitely more on the Into the Breach side of it, but with like a dash of the leveling. And it was quickly apparent, like, honestly, when I started playing the first level, I was like, oh, this is definitely a puzzle game. Boston will love this. So
right. Right.
There.
I thought so too.
But I adore this game. Like, I'm gonna be probably playing it for a while. So I guess maybe tune into Pup to hear some of that.
So, yeah, we'll probably talk about it more on Pup. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think one of the other benefits about me being stuck on it for a week, and that was me playing when I was tired, and then today when I sat down to play it, I thought, I have to beat this level. Maybe I'll watch a YouTube video, and I read the Reddit thread, and I thought, well, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. And then I I'm realizing I don't understand the results of the powers versus the enemies. So I probably spent
Hmm.
an hour, maybe it was last night actually, not this morning, because I played through a few levels after that mission. Because you go through a few as Jin and the not the necromancer character, and then you get to be all three.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where I ended today about an hour ago. But it really made me like I still am not 100% sure on when something will work on the big guys or not, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
necromancer having the potion to make them more susceptible to being pushed
Yeah. That's
really changed
huge.
that game plan,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited about Jin's broom. Like
Yes.
that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun to play with.
Yeah. And I do have to
Which
say, I like a lot of the like spending your skill points to unlock either new spells or skills or upgrade the ones that you have. I felt like a lot of those upgrades were really, really good. Like one of the ones I picked up early was Jen's chain lightning could chain from 2 to 3 people, and I was like, well, I want that because that means you could potentially push up to 3 people out of a window. Sorry, defenestrate them in one turn, as opposed to maybe unlocking a new skill that maybe isn't as immediately available, like understandable or applicable. I thought those upgrades were really really solid. They felt really good. Not like this does 1 pip
Hmm.
more damage. It's like no man, it's gonna hit another dude at this point. It's like that's pretty solid.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I sorry, Moon, go
The
on.
the th- the thing that I think this game does exceptionally well, and it took me like half the game to realize, is the symbols next to the health bars. They are so informative, but you just
Yeah.
got to know what you're looking at.
Yep.
Because I didn't for the longest time, and like I would always make the mistake of choosing Jen's connecting shot instead of the static shock,
Mm-hmm.
because the static shock starts with 2 pushback, and the chaos the connecting one starts with 1. So if someone's got like a little weight with a number 1 next to their health bar, that means 2 pushback pushes them 1 pushback doesn't push them back at all.
Right.
So
Right.
like
Mm,
as soon as I started to learn to read all of that stuff, I was like, okay, this guy's got gas mask, so that means I can't really do anything until the gas mask stuff is gone. Yes, it helps a lot when you slow down a little bit, despite the fact that like I actually think this game is really fun when you just experiment a whole bunch
Oh
and just be
yeah.
like, yeah, does this turn work? No. Does this turn work? No. Does this turn work? No. Okay, let's go.
And that kind of
yeah.
feels like the intention of the game, sort of like just try the turn. If that doesn't work, rewind it all the way back. Maybe do like a 1 or 2 moves and then use your kind of perception skill. Okay, that's where they're going to move. Okay, let's rewind again. And like I think that works really well, but I don't that I think that kind of frustrated me throughout the whole thing.
Mm,
So
mm,
all right,
yeah.
final thoughts here. Why don't you start us off, Musim?
I love this game. Um, I agree with all the upgrade stuff. I think there's a lot of fun diversity there, and I'm excited to see more of it. Um, I I I think like one of my minor critiques might be something we kind of touched on that we didn't directly talk about is I think the UI could be better. It obviously
Yeah.
communicates a lot, but you know, a good UI you don't have to learn to read um, for very long. Like it's
Hmm.
almost instantaneous, right?
Yeah.
It would
Mhm.
be my argument, but I'm not a UI designer, so that may be completely off base.
Right.
Um, but I look forward to playing this more. If you haven't played it, it's cheap. It's like $20.
Hmm.
And if you like puzzly tactics game with a massive dose of humor while still not being like slapstick, like I mean, this game is just I don't know. I'm a little enamored. I hope that carries through the game. I do get intimidated when they introduce mechanics every level. So what Moon said
Yeah.
earlier is is to me a little worrisome. But um, I don't know if Moon felt good about it, then maybe I will too.
Yeah. All right, Moon, your final thoughts.
General like I had a lot of fun playing this. I I will probably try and go back and finish that last part of the last mission, and then even better than that, I will also try and finish the end credits, which has choices of which action you want to take.
Right.
With each of the characters, it's this really cool little sequence where when you scroll in the credits, a Polaroid will come up, and then you just go. Then you go through it and figuring out exactly which path you want each character to take. It's really cool.
That's pretty great. Yeah, I'm I'm clearly the outlier here, not only on the show, but I was looking at the the Metacritic, OpenCritic, and being like, wow, people really love this game, and I think it was really just kind of the wrong game at the wrong time for me. It's clearly a very good game, and I think I would like to go.
I'll be curious if you go back to it once things have settled down a little bit and see how it goes.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, I feel like I might try and go back to it in like 6 months or so and start the whole game back over, and maybe see if it clicks for me. If I'm maybe more in the mood for something that's kind of puzzly, tacticky, maybe that'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that just wasn't the right time for this game. But it just definitely wasn't the right time for me right now. But I can look at the game and say, yeah, this is a great game, just not for me and not for right now. So, all right. Again, next game is And Roger. Came out on PC. It's very cheap, very short. Should be about an hour to get through. And we'll be playing that for the next month. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.